Second thing I want to talk about is social gatherings, and particularly bars. Today's theme is, what can we do to reduce deaths and hospitalizations? What can we do to keep our plateau? And one of the key things is limit our social gatherings. So on the good news, as I said, we've had between 90 and 95% compliance with mask wearing. Thank you. We're not doing as well with our social gatherings. And I want to say this. I know we've been cooped up. We're sick of it. We're sick of living like this. I hear you. If I could make the virus disappear, I would. But I can't, and no one can. So we have to keep living like this. Social gathering limit is 25. It's not 30. It's not 35. It's not 100. It's 25. And you should be doing everything you can to keep your, circle of people that you're with small. You shouldn't be out every night with a different group of 25. And we are seeing that that's an issue. I want to say this very clearly. We got to get people back to work. We have to get these kids back to school. The only way we're going to be able to do that is if we keep a lid on the virus. We want to get back to school in the fall. The best way to do that is to reduce the prevalence of the virus even more between now and then. We want to go into that experience with a very low rate of percent positive. There's still tens of thousands of Rhode Islanders out of work, restaurants that haven't reopened, small shops that haven't reopened. We owe it to them to allow them to get back to work and back to school. And the only way we're going to do that is if the rest of us obey the rules. I want you to have a good time. I want you to have a barbecue. I want you to go out. I want you to have a fun summer. But your right to have fun and party and go to social gatherings cannot and should not infringe upon other people's rights to go back to work and to go to school. And so I'm asking all of us to try harder. And you may say, how do I know we're not? Because we see it. Our inspectors see it in crowding in bars, crowding in restaurants, crowding on boats, boats lined up next to each other, many more than 25 people, social gathering, not mask wearing. And also, we see it in our contact tracing. We're seeing a lot of cases contact trace back to backyard parties, where there were more than 20, 25 people, and not surprisingly, the whole group of people in that backyard got sick, and then they left the backyard party and they went someplace else and infected more people. So it's crystal clear from the data, from the inspections, and from the contact tracing. The Department of Health continues to do a phenomenal job with contact tracing, and I would say it's frustrating. It is frustrating when we see that we continue to lose lives, and yet people are just not paying attention to the rules. And when you do the contact tracing and you find out that a dozen or more cases were attributed to a single backyard barbecue where there were 30 people. So we have to try harder. We have to try harder. Have folks over, 10 people, wear masks, make sure no one is there if they're sick. It's simple, it's necessary, and it'll save lives.